What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Dash Lifestyle. Kindly for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share and also comment. To my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back and watching my video. Thank you so much for the love and support, and greetings to my brothers and sisters all the way from Caribbean country. So guys, in today's video I want us to watch this video from one of our African leader. She's known as Dr. Arikana. Dr. Arikana, she has come out and sent a powerful and a strong message to all Caribbean country, to all African country. She's telling all black people to unite. The only way we as black people we can defeat these other races is by coming together, uniting and join hand. So kindly guys, watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
They were trying to mobilize the military to go and fight Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. Oh, we can have a coup. I said, help me understand something. France has had coups against these nations for centuries. When France is forcing these countries to deposit their bank reserves with France, that's a coup, an economic coup. President Tinubu, what have you done about this coup? You are sitting on the big boy chair now. Talk to me. What are you going to do about this coup? When France is making sure that all natural resources for these countries belong to France, that's a coup. What are you going to do about it, ECOWAS? These are coups. But somehow, we don't see them as coups because it's the white men doing it. If a black man was doing the same thing to another black man, oh, you know, they'll call them out in a heartbeat. We have a serious problem as Africans. We don't even realize how sick we are with this disease. We are not just sick at home. We are not just sick in the doctor's waiting room. We are not just sick in the general ward in the hospital. We are in the intensive care. It's deep. You see, as a doctor, I cannot help you unless you come to me with your complaint. At least recognize that you're sick. But most of the time we don't even realize that we are sick. So where do we begin? This stupidity that is going on in Africa has got to come to an end. And you can't expect those who put us in positions of servitude to get us out. It's not going to happen. So the question is, when is the African going to wake up? The African is stupid in Africa. The African is stupid in America. The African is stupid in South America. The African is stupid in the Caribbean. Wherever you see us as black people, we do some of the most stupid things. You go into neighborhoods. In America, where I've spent most of my time, look at the Mexicans. They stick together like super glue when it comes to issues pertaining to their existence in the United States as Mexicans. The Irish, the Jews, the Chinese, the Indians ask for their voices loud and clear because they understand the importance of unity. They don't have to love each other, but they understand when it comes to issues pertaining to their sheer existence, they must stick together like super glue, and they do. But when you ask for the voices of black people, we scatter like mice. We don't believe in each other. I was in Dallas and one Zimbabwean, I was asking, are there a lot of Zimbabweans who are you? No, I don't talk to Zimbabweans. I'm the only black person in my neighborhood, and she was so proud of it. I'm speaking to another friend, this time in Zimbabwe. She was so proud that her son cannot speak Shona, and that the son speaks English like a British. And she's telling me this with a certain level of pride. And that's the mother, which means the child is just as doomed. When are we going to wake up and realize that our inability to move forward as a people is because we were defeated where it matters the most? I'm so glad we're sitting here in an institution of higher learning. I'm going to ask you to say, what are we going to do about the educational curriculum? Because that's where it begins. They don't want us knowing our history. They don't want us knowing where we came from. Because if you are a person without a history, who are you? Where do you come from? As Africans, we're too busy running away from who we are. We don't want to embrace our Africanness. Why not? If you refuse and don't accept your Africanness, then who are you? I tell the Africans when they try to act like they want to speak like an American, they want to lose their accent. You can never speak English like an American. Then you don't want to speak your own vernacular. Then who are you? You are just like a ship without an anchor. The wind blows that way, there you go. The wind blows that way, there you go. And there are too many of us who find themselves in that boat without an anchor. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. If you care the least bit about our future, how else are we going to get France out of Africa? How else are we going to get Britain, Germany, all those former colonizers? They're now in as multinationals, siphoning billions out of Africa, using safe havens to hide their returns. We know they're here. They are now wolf in sheep's clothing. What is it going to take? If you look at the move that Niger made, by simply saying, France, you can no longer buy our uranium for 80 cents a kilo, when we know very well you're selling it for 200 euros per kilo. Niger was realizing about 1 billion out of the sales of its uranium a year, while France was realizing close to 300 billion. That one move alone, when Niger said, if you want our uranium, 200 euros a kilo, please. Immediately, 300 billion. 1 million. It's not going to take much to change Africa. We got what it takes. If there's one thing we're very fortunate of, we're endowed with everything the rest of the world needs. The truth of the matter is, we don't need the world. The world needs Africa. Do we really know that and believe in it and are ready to stand up and proclaim who we are? And let them know. But I've sat in meetings where I've seen ministers, America, can you help us with this? Europe, can you help us? Begging endlessly for something that we have. Whatever they are giving you is what they stole from us. And they are giving you peanuts. When are we going to stop being outsmarted by these people? They come smiling at you. They come to give you aid. You know very well that's your money. But we're so grateful. I once went to the World Bank. Oh, Ambassador, we have money for the African Union. Please, when the chairman comes. So the deputy chair came, and we went. They had $15 million for us. $15 million for the whole African Union. And here's the kicker. They were only going to give us 50% of that. And then when we can show them what we have done with the 7.5 million, then we can have the other 7.5. Blatantly insulting us. And I'm not supposed to say anything. I got my deputy chair, so I need to shut up. But I asked to go to the bathroom. And I called the chair. I said, could you please come down the hall? I said, let's not take the money. I don't know about you, but I feel highly and royally insulted. Treat you like a child. You don't know how to handle money. So we'll just give you 7.5 million. Let's see what you do with it. And then we may or may give you the rest. It's the same thing they're doing at the United Nations. When Africa is supposed to be at the UN Security Council as the 6th and 7th members of the UN Security Council. But you can't have veto power. So come on in, Africa. Oh, we got a kiddie chair over here for you. Sit over there, we got some cookies. Sit over there and be quiet while we take care of business. And we entertain them. Wow. What's wrong with us? What gives me hope is that we have a vibrant African youth who are saying enough is enough. We are not taking this anymore. This abuse has got to come to an end. The exploitation of the African continent has got to come to an end. The Berlin Conference must be dismantled. And for those of you who think Berlin Conference is a piece of history, guess what? It's a piece of legislation nicely designed over a period of 4 months to see to it that Africa and her children are forever defeated and dominated to this day. As long as there's a country called Malawi, as long as there's a country called Gabon with 1.5 million people, as long as there's a country called Eswatini, Berlin Conference is alive and well. And that's where we get defeated internationally through trade. Oh, you're all equal. You are a sovereign nation, Eswatini. You are a sovereign nation, Togo. You are a sovereign nation, Malawi. And every African country for that matter. So let's go to the market. You, Malawi, with your little basket, with 3 eggs, you're coming to the market. And here comes China with truckloads of eggs. I once was told that Zimbabwe thought, well, let's see if we can sell eggs to China. Let's supply some eggs. They're bringing stuff to us. Let's give them eggs. So I told the president, ask people to go do some research and see how much eggs we need to send to China. The report came back and said, Mr. President, the amount of eggs we produce the whole year, that's 1 breakfast in China. So you want Zimbabwe to go to the market with China and sell eggs? That's David and Goliath. And it was all by design. As long as we remain as the little-bitty economies that we are today, we are forever getting our rear ends kicked. The only way for Africa to survive is when we unite. A united Africa is a must, but it's going to take minds that are awoken, minds that understand the importance of unity, minds that are free of the legacy of colonization and the legacy of slavery. As we speak today, we're all sick from the disease. None of us is exempt. And that's a fact. I'm going to ask each and every one of you to have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror. And ask yourself why you feel the way you do. Why are you automatically afraid of those who don't look like you? Why do you feel defeated? Why are you afraid to speak up and stand your ground? Besides, you are the mothers and fathers of humanity. Without the black woman, without the black man, the rest of the world would not be. That's a fact. We civilized the world. They came to Africa and stole everything that they never had. Came back with what they stole from us and made us believe that they gave it to us. Timbuktu, Egypt. The Greeks, when they needed to be trained, where were they sent? To Egypt. Because it was already there. We're already doing it. But they want the history to start from here, so we don't talk about what happened before. My brothers and sisters, we are inheritors of an amazing continent. South Africa is an amazing country. We have people like Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, our very own president. People who suffered and sacrificed everything for this country to be free. Why are we trying to disrespect them and go back? South Africa should lead the way. Nigeria should lead the way. Kenya should lead the way. We have countries that should lead the way because they have what it takes to take Africa where Africa needs to be. But let me also add that the leaders cannot do it alone. I don't care what ideas President Zuma had. If we are not ready to implement those ideas and think he can do it as leadership alone, it's not going to work. I was discussing the issues of the quote-unquote coups in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. One African said, but Ambassador, why do we have to do coups to change government? Why can't we just do like the Chinese do? I said, son, let me ask you one question. During the pandemic, the Chinese built a 10,000 square foot hospital bed in 1 week. Are you Africans ready to do that? The Chinese are willing to work non-stop to do what needs to be done for the sake of country, for the sake of nation. We're too greedy, too selfish to do that. I said, son, until you start having the mind of a Chinaman, you can never be like a Chinaman. We have some serious introspection to do. We have some serious thinking to do. We're not asking you to love each other. We simply understand. We want you to understand that while there is a certain level of camaraderie that exists in other races, there was a strategy put in place to make sure that we remain divided and conquered. Fear was intentionally instilled in us. So we will be forever fearful for nothing, but we're just afraid. There's another book I want to recommend to all of you. It's called The Making of a Slave, the Willie Lynch Letters. Willie Lynch was a slave owner from the Caribbean. He had come up with a way of training his slaves so they would remain submissive for generations to come. One of the ways was taking a black man, tie one leg on one horse facing that way, another leg on another horse facing that way, and he will hit the horses, and they would literally split the man apart. In front of his children, in front of his family, in front of other black people and other slaves. and he particularly wanted the pregnant women. Why? That would be passed on, that fear would be passed on to even the unborn child. So it is over 400 years later, we almost underwent a genetic mutation of sheer stupidity. We were programmed to be afraid. We were programmed to almost be stupid and just do stupid things. The things that we tolerate, no man in any other country would tolerate. But we do. It's going to take all of you. The students, you are our future. We're counting on you. We're a lost cause. I feel encouraged when we have young people like our moderator. Young people who are awoken. Young people who are saying we can no longer continue to be lied to anymore. We know the truth. Is South Africa ready? Is South Africa ready to lead the way? To stand up and say enough is enough? That we can no longer continue to be exploited. We can no longer continue to be treated as second-class citizens in our own land.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video from one of our African leader. She's known as Dr. Arikana. Dr. Arikana, she's also known for fighting for the rights of the black people, and also she usually fight the rights of the black country in the Caribbean and also African country. So guys, I hope you have watched that video from one of our African leader. She's known as Dr. Arikana. Dr. Arikana, she's known for fighting for the rights of the black people. And I want to react on what she has come out and say towards us black people. She has come out and say the only problem that we as black people we are having, it is not coming together, it is not supporting each other. The other day I was telling you that we black people, it is now right time for us to come together and support each other races. Dr. Arikana, she is calling all black people, the black Americans, the black people in the Caribbean, the Afro-Caribbean, and also the African people to come together and join us. Coming together and join us, it will make us black people be more strong, and also we will be developed, and these people, they will fear us black people. The only problem that we as black people we are having, it is not supporting our own races, it is not supporting our own black fellow people. We as black people, we are really known for supporting these other races. For example, black people, they are known for going and shop to the Chinese store, to the Indian store, to the white store. A black people is that one person who can leave her fellow shop just to go and shop in India or Chinese store. So Dr. Arikana, she's telling us black people that we need to stop our past behaviors. I know the people who came and confused us and brainwash us as black people, they're these white people. So for us to move forward, for us seeing our country developing, we need to support our own race. So the first thing Dr. Arikana, she has come out and say is, us black people, we need to join and we need to support each other. And also she has come out and say about our black history. We as black people, when you go to our countries, we are still using the educational system of the colonizers, simply because these colonizers, they don't want to know our past, our history, where we came from. Because if you cannot know your history, you cannot move forward. Yeah, and this is one of the problems that we also African people we are having. We are going so further to forget our history and start embracing these other the white people, the Chinese people history. And also we find it very easy to study the white history and not study our own history. That's why these people, they are making us black people not to read our history, because they fear when we black people will start knowing our history, we'll be knowing what it is good for us and what it is our rights as us black people. And that's why when these people, they were colonizing us black people, they came and teach us about their history. history. And right now, it is now the right time for us black people to start introducing the black history in our school. We need to teach our children about the black history. We need to forget the white history. And also, she has come out and say about Burkina Faso, what it is happening in Burkina Faso. The other day I was telling you that in Burkina Faso we have this the president of Burkina Faso is known as Ibrahim Traoré. In a short period that Ibrahim Traoré has been in power, he has managed to change some of the colonizer system in his country. He has managed to remove some of the colonizer system in his country, and that's why up to today Ibrahim Traoré is being targeted, because these West people, they feel like this Ibrahim Traoré, he has now started to influence some of the African country, and some of the African leaders, they may start following the footsteps of Ibrahim Traoré. So right now Ibrahim Traoré is in danger. He is being targeted by the West people, by the colonizers, because they don't want him to influence some of the African country. But Dr. Arikana, she has come out and say we need to support what is happening in Burkina Faso. We need to give a full support to Burkina Faso, because Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, he is showing us that we can do it without depending to the West people. We can do it without white man support, and that's why the West people, they are targeting to finish Ibrahim Traoré. And for me, I keep on telling you that it is now the right time. I told you that revolution, it has started in our African and some of our black countries in the Caribbean. Revolution, it has started. The other day we saw in some few months that it has passed, we saw some of the youth of the African youth coming together and removing the leaders who have stayed in power for so long, the leaders who are still colonizers, the leaders who are sellout leaders. So the other day we were kicking out the leaders who are betraying us black people. This is to tell you that Africa revolution, it has started. And also you can see what it is happening in Haiti. The Asian people, they are fighting back their country. It is because of the France, it is because of the US, what they did in Haiti, and that's why the Asian people, they are fighting. The France and the US, they were turning the Haiti leaders to be sellout leaders. They were controlling Haiti, but because the Asian leaders, they were becoming betrayal to their country. They were being controlled from outside. And this is to tell you that these people, they need to leave our country alone. These people, I know they fear us black people. These people, they cannot do without black people. And that's why I keep on telling you that these people, they depend so much in our country. These people, they are the ones who are milking our country. They are tanking, they are plumbering our country. They are taking our resources. They confuse us with money so that they are giving us money, and we black people, we are giving them our resources. We are giving them the oil. We are giving them the gold. We are giving them our minerals, but in return, these people, they are giving us a paper, and this paper, it is money which they put value on it. So these people, they sit down, and so they have nothing to trade with Africa, and they came and give us money and can brainwash us African people, us black people, that this money is powerful than our resources. And that's why I keep on telling you that these people, they cannot live without Africa. Simply, they depend so much in Africa. They depend so much. They are taking our resources here in Africa to their country. And also, our resources here in Africa, they are using it to create job for their children. And that's why they are making their country to be a first world country, leaving our African country being the poor country or the third country. And you can see the resources that they are making their country to be first world country. It is coming from here in Africa. So I came out and tell you that when these people, they will give Africa to print its own money, Africa, it will become the most richest country, simply because we have everything. When these people, they will allow us African to do our thing without controlling our leaders, without turning our leaders to be puppet, Africa will develop, and it will become a first world country much further than their country. And because of that, these people, they fear us black people uniting. The only problem that these people they are turning the only problem we African we have, it is not supporting each other. And because of that, these people, they have managed to brainwash and to separate us black people. Look what they did in Africa. They came in Africa and divided our African country. Yeah, these people, they are the ones who they divided this Africa. After dividing Africa, they sit down and say that they want to share this Africa, the resources that it is in Africa. That's why you see, like Kenya, it was colonized by the Portuguese. You can see the Uganda was colonized by other Western country. This tell you that these people, they were sharing how they are coming here in Africa and how they will be taking our resources. So this is not happening to the Africa. Also, it is happening to some black countries in the Caribbean. These people, wherever they see a black nation or a black country, they must go in there and try to create more problems to them. And after creating more problems, they will come with charity. They will come and say that we are donating, we are helping you. And when you go and look the roots of that problem, it is them who they are causing this problem. Like now, what it is happening in Haiti, these people they are the Haitian people, they are fighting because of them. And also they are the ones who are coming and funding the Kenyan police and Jamaican soldier to go in Haiti to fight their brothers and sisters. So this needs also to change. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.